The situation just got worse, ladies and gentlemen. Remy chose to break the whole thing open once more, just when you thought the drama between Remy Ma, Claressa Shields, and Papoose had finally subsided. Because Remy Ma revealed something during a wild, unexpected Instagram live last night that completely changed the course of events. Pulling Claressa from her previous role as a side girl and thrusting her into the center of her own drama. Remy, who brought screenshots, timestamps, and a voice memo that will torment Claressa for the rest of her life, claims that Claressa Shields has been having an affair. And a man with connections, not just anybody, a purportedly inside industry. Man, not even a month ago, that man might have been standing next to Papoose. Additionally, exactly like that, the viewer's pity for Claressa vanished. Papoose was devastated. People were pleading with him to be strong in the comments section of his heartfelt article. This is betrayal with a twist, not just infidelity. So if Remy Ma was quiet before, she's loud now, so fasten your seatbelt. Remy just flipped the entire table if Claressa believed she had the upper hand. Sweetie, Celeb Tycoon welcomes you. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get dirty. Welcome to the scandal inside the story, as what began as a verbal sparring match has now devolved into an Olympic betrayal. Remy Ma lit the torch last night as well. Let's turn the tape back. There was a complete division on the internet only. A few weeks ago, Claressa Shields was being hauled by Team Remy for allegedly taking away Papoose before his marriage was even legally binding. Team Claressa responded by stating that Pap was simply moving on and that Remy had emotionally tuned out a long time ago. But last night, Remy Ma revealed something that nobody, not even the messiest gossip blogs, could have predicted when she broke into the group chat from hell. In addition to having a romantic relationship with Papoose, Claressa is accused of cheating on him with another man, someone who is not just in her social circle, but also perhaps in his courting too. Remy Ma's late-night Instagram live. It's not a rumor either. Remy brought what she referred to as receipts at the federal level. It was precisely 11:43 p.m. Remy unexpectedly went live. In under 2 minutes, over 40,000 people watched, with no countdown or promo, just a dark screen. And her voice stating, "I hope y'all saved your sympathy for someone who deserves it." And before she even revealed her face, the comment section was already on fire. When she did show there, she was too composed, with her hair covered, wearing a hoodie, and wearing no makeup. It's going to get biblical at that point, you know? This was Remy's first move. It has nothing to do with "I'm protecting myself." This has to do with being honest, because I've been sitting on what I found for weeks. While you guys are out there portraying that girl as some victim of a broken marriage, you can now have it, everyone. When she switched the camera to a laptop screen, things took a tragic turn. She started by playing a security camera clip that was muted. White, black, and grainy. It depicts what appears to be Claressa entering an upscale Atlanta apartment complex. It's quiet until a man walks in behind her. The timestamp of the camera is 2:36 a.m. The man is purportedly Papoose's longtime buddy and former boxer. Coach Dre. Yes, the Coach Dre who coached Papoose in 2020 when he was in good health. The person who was last seen using fire emojis beneath a selfie taken at the gym in Claressa's comments. After pausing the video, Remy fixed his gaze on the camera. "Remind me of her loyalty." The conversation erupted. "Dr. Coach." "No, Pap's boy." In under 3 seconds, the energy changed from gloom to shock. Then she turned up the heat. Claressa apparently sent the same Coach Dre a voice memo. A woman's assured voice in the message: "I told you, he's too emotional. You understand how I move. That's why I'm here." Let's pause right there. This isn't just disrespect. This is betrayal with a Bluetooth connection. The type of betrayal you feel in your bones. She is flirtatious and obviously unconcerned about being recorded. Remy followed up with another text thread. this time with barely blurred names, but with messages that read, "He thinks I'm still training. You have 45 minutes before I return." "Doors unlocked as usual," was the response. Now, with over 7,000 views, celebrities began to appear on the live stream, including Simone Funk Flex and Joe Button, who appeared to have a burner account. Remy realized that everyone was watching this like it was the Super Bowl, so she leaned into the microphone and said, "You want to wear the crown, sweetie? Deal with the scandals that result from it. Do you wish to rule as queen? Tidy up your mess." But when Remy displayed a screenshot of a shared calendar between Papoose and Claressa, you read correctly, that was the moment that went viral on the internet. "You can't play house with a man you're not finished cheating on," Remy said, closing her laptop as she looked into the camera for a full 6 seconds. One entry from last weekend said Miami Recovery Weekend. See, at the same time, Remy displayed a direct message from an anonymous source, purportedly a concierge at the Miami hotel, stating that Claressa checked in with a guest named Driel and paid in full with a card belonging to Sea Shields Enterprises LLC for a period. Let's go back in time to the psychology of this. Remy did more than simply drag Claressa. She destroyed her reputation as a victim and a villain, the transition from side chick to two-time opportunist. Additionally, the receipts were precisely timed, personal, and petty. But in all of this, where was Papoose? He wasn't in the chat, I see. The gym wasn't where he was. He wasn't posting love poems on the internet. He was, in fact, on his own Instagram story. Precisely 12:21 a.m., about half an hour after Remy's live stream finished, Papoose shared a black screen with the caption, "You think you know someone. Then you see what they really stand next to when no one's looking." No tags, no names, just vibes. 2 hours later, he shared a second story. This time, it was an old photo of him and Remy during a Grammy ceremony in 2018, just the picture. With no caption, matching suits, smiling, and holding hands. The meaning was immediately clear to fans. Not only was he hurt, but he was also sentimental. Twitter exploded. Another commenter commented, "Pap went from defending Claressa to dropping cryptic heartbreak bars in less than an hour. And then the icing on the cake. Papoose looking at old photos like a Drake album cover. Claressa remained silent. Complete. Silence on the radio, nothing to say. No answer. Not even a mysterious repost. Not only is that suspicious, confirmation without confirmation is what it is." Blog pages began publishing timelines side by side in the interim. Claressa checks in at the gym in Miami. The position of Coach Dre's tag. Both of their stories include the same hotel wallpaper. It was no longer conjecture. Social media forensics was what it was. Another leak appeared as fans were still processing this catastrophe. Papoose allegedly texted Claressa earlier this week. "I left my marriage for truth," it said, "and I didn't expect you to lie either." At this moment, Claressa's remarks were locked, and that struck more forcefully than any blow she had ever delivered in the ring. Half of Papoose's page was erased. Remy, she shared a picture of herself at brunch with a caption, "Unbothered, unbooked, and unavailable icon status." However, the chaos wasn't finished yet, as just before the evening was over, an anonymous source sent a screen capture of a FaceTime conversation between Claressa and an unidentified male voice in which she said, "Remy, doesn't matter. I run my own name." That was all fans needed to hear. It converted a scandal into a conflict. And right before the dust was as things were beginning to calm down, a last twist was revealed in the comments area of a widely shared Ree's live video. A statement was made by someone claiming to be Coach Dre's close friend. Both of them have been played by her. She deceived more people than just Hop. In just 2 hours, that comment had 14,000 likes. And now everyone is asking, who is this third man? Is Claressa really acting carelessly? Or was this all set up from the beginning? Whatever the truth is, it was only a matter of time until someone else joined the conversation, because this is becoming more than just Remy's story or maybe heartbreak. The fallout from the Miami hotel scandal not only damaged Claressa's reputation, but it also ignited her entire brand. Within 24 hours of Remy Ma's Instagram Live, rumors turned into headlines. And headlines turned into consequences. Because by the following morning, Claressa's face had mysteriously vanished from the landing page of a major sportswear brand's campaign, a partnership she had just announced 2 weeks earlier. As we speak, rumors are circulating that she is being dropped from a major brand campaign due to integrity issues connected to last night's receipts. This drama just reached the corporate level, and the next chapter begins right now. Right now. It's not just a bad look, it's a financial hit. According to sources, Claressa was supposed to earn upwards of $250,000 from the campaign alone, not including bonuses tied to digital reach. And now she's losing money before she's even had time to deny anything. Insiders started leaking that the brand was worried about public backlash and misalignment with family values. Translation: they saw the screenshots, heard the voice note, and didn't want to be part of the circus. An alleged internal email stated that the brand would be pausing all digital assets involving Claressa until the current PR storm resolves. Interviews, no lives, and no follow-ups to his mysterious Instagram story. But fans noticed something on his Spotify profile. An unreleased freestyle called Lost Loyalty was added to the list of upcoming tracks without warning. The cover, a black and white picture of a boxing glove hanging from a broken microphone stand, was subtle. Not at all. And as if that wasn't enough fuel, someone sent in a picture to a gossip blog that purportedly showed Claressa and Coach Dre leaving an Atlanta restaurant 3 nights ago after all the drama had gone public. The source claims that they weren't hiding. They were laughing arm in arm, walking like the caption beside the leak said. She doesn't even care. They own the block. Pap was himself. The betrayal had progressed from personal to public to poetic, and that's when the fans really lost it. Remy's supporters flooded comment sections with Claressa's old ride or die tweets next to the video of her cuddling with Dre. Then came the worst part. An anonymous Twitter user posing as Claressa's former assistant claimed to have overheard Claressa discussing Papoose as a branding step rather than a soulmate, claiming that Claressa saw the relationship as short-lived, strategic, and image-friendly. The thread was filled with screen captures of itinerary plans, reported direct messages, and a message that stated perhaps he is too slow to realize he's a campaign. No one cared whether it was real or not. It was accompanied by the internet. By nightfall, the #Pap was promo trended for 6 hours straight. Then came Rhee's next move. She posted a throwback video clip, no caption, of Papoose rapping on a rooftop, spitting a line about loyalty over fame. Fans flooded her comments with praise. One even wrote she didn't need to say a word. The truth was posted by her. And yet, Claressa still hadn't spoken, which was starting to feel like an admission, but someone else finally did. Late that night, a verified account belonging to Coach Dre posted an Instagram story that simply read, "I'm not in the business of breaking families. Fixing broken individuals is my line of work." He followed it with a selfie in the gym, shirt off, flexing. Comments were disabled. That post didn't help him. If anything, it sent him straight into the mess hall of public dragging. Within an hour, a new meme went viral. A screenshot of his quote over a photo of an actual home being bulldozed. The caption, "Fixing people by wrecking everything around them." Then the dam really broke. Another leak, this time from what's being called the Dropbox, revealed that Papoose had allegedly canceled a planned studio session with Fat Joe and Scram Jones. The source gave no explanation, but claimed that he wasn't in the headspace to rap at the time. This leads us to the bigger picture, because as the story progressed, more people started making connections. Remy's fans shared clips of old interviews in which she discussed loyalty as her love language. and Papoose's supporters unearthed his. Bet Awards tribute to her, referring to it as the moment he gave everything. People were asking, was Dre even the only one? The screen recording purportedly showed a FaceTime call between Claressa and another man, not Papoose, not Coach Dre, which she is wearing a hoodie and talks about how Pap is too emotional and that men like him always self-destruct. Fans said the man on the other end sounded like a well-known music producer who has been spotted with Claressa before. Suddenly, what started as a triangle became a whole scandal spiderweb. And at the center of it, a woman who claimed to be the victim, now accused of being the mastermind, Remy, of course, remained unbothered. Sherry posted a meme of her sipping tea with a caption, "It's crazy when the truth finally stops knocking," and enters the door by kicking. When Papoose finally uploaded a 2-minute video to his Instagram page, with no filters or introduction, just him sitting in a hoodie in the driver's seat of a car. It was the moment that stopped the internet cold. He stated, "I stayed silent because I was hoping what I saw wasn't real. Even in situations where I felt mistreated, I have always made an effort to walk with dignity. But it's not what happened that hurts the most. The reason is that I left. A queen for someone who was incapable of being authentic." He hesitated. "Being a victim is not why I'm here. I made decisions. However, damn, I didn't believe I was merely a picture to help someone advance their career." He concluded by addressing anyone who is currently going through a difficult time. Go slowly, get better. Avoid losing yourself in the process of becoming someone else's persona. In less than 15 minutes, the video went viral. Every blog received a repost of the clips. For the first time since the incident started, people stopped laughing and began to feel sorry for Papoose. Celebrities began to respond, saying things like Taraji P. Henson, Angie Martinez, and even Charlemagne posted it with a caption, "Real one, no fluff." The sentiment on the internet started to change. Claressa's admirers were becoming silent as well because, for many people, that degree of hurt was too personal. Claressa has yet to make a statement. Late that evening, however, a mysterious tweet appeared on her page. The statement read, "Lessons learned. Heartbreaks happen. I'll grow through it." There was no mention of names, no apology, no denial. Just ambiguous healing talk that left fans more perplexed than reassured, but the damage had already been done. One of the year's most prominent online relationship scandals had completely collapsed. And what had started out as a spicy side chick fight had devolved into a slow, agonizing breakdown of public image, trust, and truth. As the dust settled, another anonymous source came forward with something even more damning. A screenshot, an NDA, and a name no one expected to see. And that's exactly where we pick up next. The internet hadn't even caught its breath when a new leak hit. Now the focus was on what would happen next. Would Claressa respond to the accusations? Would Papoose take a break from music? Would Remy finally leave the chaos she's been hiding for years? An anonymous Reddit account shared a blurry but readable screenshot of what appeared to be an NDA non-disclosure agreement. Just hours after Papoose's tearful video went viral, the name at the top was Claressa Shields, and the signature at the bottom was Anthony Tone Baxter. Tone Baxter is a mid-level producer who has been associated with Remy Ma's former management team and is known for discreetly ghost producing for some of the biggest names in hip-hop, allegedly to protect the privacy of mutual personal interactions involving C-Shields. Translation: something happened between Claressa and this man, and they didn't want it to be revealed. Whether or not this NDA was true, it didn't matter. Screenshots, threads, and TikToks analyzed every pixel. And then, just when it seemed like there was no more digging to be done, another receipt appeared. A Venmo payment history purportedly revealed a $600 transfer from Claressa to Tone Baxter just 1 month prior. The note for the flight fans began to piece together the details more quickly than a true crime podcast. Why was Claressa leaving? Tone Baxter, why the NDA? At this point, the internet wasn't just speculating, it was investigating. Someone made a Google Doc timeline showing every man Claressa had been spotted with over the previous 6 months, complete with location tags, photo evidence, and overlapping dates that gave the impression that Claressa had been running more plays than a boxing coach. Papoose, who hadn't said anything since his last video, posted one more thing, a quote on a black background. Sometimes you just accept the truth and keep moving forward. Fans, celebrities, and even Remy Ma shared that message, saying, and sometimes, you make sure they don't rewrite the story without you. Remy Ma published it to her own story. This is where things get legal. Remy Ma's team has now filed a cease and desist against Claressa's camp. Based on a fictitious but spicy leak from a so-called court insider, not for defamation, but for misappropriation of personal finances during the time she was allegedly involved with Papoose. The claim is that Claressa used shared assets from her relationship with Pap to support these other relationships, meaning she was spending Pap's money while cheating on him. If this is true, it could lead to civil court proceedings, damages, asset disputes, and even public prosecution. In the meantime, brands are retreating. Another rumor surfaced on blogs that a major athletic supplement company had suspended communication with Claressa's team. There was no confirmation or press release, but her profile was discreetly removed from their ambassador page. That's the third partnership lost in a week. And despite everything, Claressa Shields remains silent, only appearing in public for a brief Instagram story. Imagine having to sit in court and explain why she flew out a second man while dating someone she claimed to love. That's not just scandal, it's televised humiliation. Only the words "you only know what's leaked, not what's real" were displayed on a dark screen. However, if she believed that would calm things down, she was mistaken, because the next twist was the confrontation, according to several witnesses. Claressa, Remy, Ma, and Papoose were all invited to a private event that was hosted by a luxury magazine that celebrated Black excellence in music and sports. The event was invite-only, with no press present, only artists, athletes, and insiders. As with everything else in this story, privacy was a problem. And an attendee leaked audio from what they claim was a heated exchange between Claressa and Papoose. "You didn't simply tell me lies. I lied to myself because of you." After a few moments of silence, Claressa says, "I never asked you to be my hero, but I warned you I wasn't perfect." The audio ends there, with no background information or images, but it was enough to send fans into a tailspin. By this point, the public narrative had changed, portraying Claressa as a cunning opportunist, Remy Ma as vindicated, calm, and unconcerned, and Papoose as a man who got played rather than a cheater, flooded TikTok and Twitter. Even celebrities began to weigh in. Was Remy the villain or the warning? Did Papoose sacrifice his marriage for a mirage? Was Claressa playing chess while the world believed she was healing? Charlemagne stated on the radio, "Remy always moves with receipts, so if she posted it, she meant it." "You don't level up by tearing down two men at once," Lisa Ray remarked, describing the situation as embarrassing for Claressa. And right before the outcry peaked, a final twist appeared out of nowhere. A phony but entirely credible leak stated that Claressa had been asked to star in Docuseries, Working Title Damage Control, a show that would supposedly follow her post-scandal journey and show therapy sessions, as well as previously unreleased video of her connection with Papoose. Her representatives declined to respond when contacted. But the leak was enough to spark online indignation, with one tweet reading, "She really turned her own mess into a bag." Another added, "With a camera team, you can only cheat, lie, and make money in America." However, Remy Ma's most terrifying response was to tweet the word "predictable," which brought the entire story full circle. What began as Claressa taking center stage turned into her own firing squad. And what began as Remy being accused of losing her husband ended with Remy having the last say. Contradictions. And what began as Papoose pursuing happiness ended with him publicly lamenting his own choices. Where does it all go from here? Remy Ma is reportedly back in the studio recording a project inspired by lessons, losses, and liberation. Fans are referring to this as her redemption era, but there is no release date. According to blogs, Papoose has completely stepped back from music and is planning a private retreat. With no phones, no interviews, just peace. Claressa's future is unclear. Some claim the scandal made her too toxic for brands, while others claim she will rebrand, repackage, and move on as if nothing happened. After all, America loves a villain if one thing is certain, though. This was not merely gossip. Rather, it was a masterclass in how quickly the internet can fall in love with you, turn on you, and bury you all in a single week. We watched, clicked, and commented throughout it all because we know deep down that the drama never ends, it just changes names. So we ask, who exactly was played here? Was Remy Ma just a woman who was scorned? Or was she always 3 steps ahead, waiting for the right moment to end a story that never worked for her? Was Papoose a man who was seeking solace in suffering? Or did he voluntarily ignore every warning sign in the name of reinvention? You've seen the receipts, heard the voice notes, and witnessed the silence. The cryptic captions, the disappearing brand deals, the leaked NDAs, and the FaceTime calls that should have remained private. What do you think? Please share your thoughts. In the comments section, are you a supporter of Remy, Clara, Papoose, or just let me grab my popcorn? And if Claressa really has another twist coming, are we even prepared for it? Like this video if your jaw dropped at least once. Subscribe if you live for the drama, the breakdowns, and the mess that no one else dares to fake. And hit that bell because in this world of scandal, nobody is safe, and the next lie could ruin someone's legacy.